Oh, it started off at 360p. That's usually the sign.
The promised land of options.
All the way down to 160p if you want it.
Ooh, who could resist? I feel like my TV settings could be better. Why can't I? TV?
What is wrong with your TV settings?
There. That was a little dark. I generally keep it a little dark. Save power that way.
Oh yeah, that bit rate's better. Oh yeah, that bit rate makes a big difference. I would have said something on Monday, but I assumed, I assumed you had made conscious choices.
Nope. Sure didn't.
What is vials of Celerus?
I was wondering that same thing. Let's find out. Haste.
Oh, like accelerate Celerus?
Yep.
I don't recall if there was an item for that in the original.
Don't recall it, if there was.
Yes, yes. Why didn't I think of that earlier?
Don't move. I ain't bluffing.
What is this?
A dozen bullets in your head, unless you open that door right now.
Getting the feeling that we are not going to see Hojo try to mate Red and Aerith.
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately.
Is that what he was trying to do in the original?
Wasn't it?
Maybe it was.
I am pretty sure it was.
Can't imagine what business you have with me.
I think they kind of alluded to it in the dialogue.
Shoot.
Right now, I mean, now that you say it,
Shut up. Keep walking.
I get it. But I would like to think Shoujo has a solid enough basis in science to realize that
Unlike you,
probably
I am
doesn't
resistant
work.
to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
What is it that you want?
I never really thought about that in the original, though.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
Oh, so she's your
I just
friend.
thought he was like, well, what happens if we put this with this?
Oh,
in the
young try, so innocent.
Pick it up, son.
It's nothing. Just imagining how she might react if I were to present to her your fresh corpses. I promise you will regret this.
gonna unleash tyrants on me.
Hmm.
That was a really good face he struck right before going out of frame.
He's got faces, man. his I feel like his mouth must have like more points of movement for animating than other characters.
Gotta get rid of these bugaboos first.
I feel like that should just be our like new generic monster name from here on. The bugaboos.
The bugaboos.
Unless it's a spook.
Yeah, I mean a spookum.
For non-spookum monsters. This is like Cthulhu Tyrant.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to be horror or not. I'm not sure if this monster has any basis on anything in the original. I kind of don't think so. Oh, it is in the original? What's the boss's name?
Specimen H0512.
H0.
Resistance to lightning, Herb?
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, he comes after Red was in the party, I think, right? Or is Red in the party with a question mark, question mark, question mark?
Ow. Oh, that's good. Oh, geez. Good old auto healing.
I started off equipping that, but
It doesn't work as well as I would like it to, but every now and then it helps out.
I don't know if it uses MP
Yeah,
or if it also requires Cure being equipped.
I think it does, the latter. I'm not sure about the former.
And if it uses ATB. Steffi believes it does not require Cure because it is also a green materia itself. That would make sense.
I thought it was purple.
Isn't purple just for like stats? stats and like passive effects?
Or maybe it was blue? I'll have to look after this is done.
Blue is linking material, so if it was blue, then it would be obvious that it requires linking to a tool.
I'm not sure if these bugaboos just keep coming or not. I haven't really been paying attention to that.
There are a lot of them, aren't there?
See you soon.
Will not activate if the character does not have enough ATV charges and NP, or the player is controlling the character. So I guess it does use NP? Feels like it'd be a lot more useful if it had some benefit over just manually choosing Q.
Yeah.
But you know, who can be expected to be paying attention to their HP at all?
Well, I think those were story bugaboos.
Oh.
Plot critical bugaboos.
The plot of Cthulhu Tyrant has advanced.
Is this poison cloud now? Or maybe not.
Wait, there's an auto potion? I don't remember auto potion.
Oh, I really hate getting knocked out of cure spells.
Oh yeah, getting knocked out of spells is the worst. Well, actually, getting knocked out of limit breaks is the worst.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Doesn't happen as often though. Maybe because limit breaks are not as common. No Mega Pirate got into the phase on.
I mean, I feel like that describes a lot of Japanese boss design.
Fair. Fair. Even though Omega Pirate was not Japanese.
Oh, it's gonna stay. Oh no! Oh no! What are you doing, Cloud?
Cloud, do something.
Cloud, a little help. Oh, I was like a half second too late. Damn, and he had the res too. I agree, Tifa. Damn it.
You have Phoenix Downs? You do know that the character you're controlling's ATB goes up.
Yeah. Sorry, Barrett, you missed out on that one.
Do they miss out?
I don't know.
In an older RPG, I would expect yes, but in this, I don't know.
It's my hobby, just tossing potions at Barrett.
By the way, I learned this after I beat the game, but supposedly there's a way to choose multiple
Yeah,
potions.
I was just doing that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were manually selecting. Yeah, I didn't know that until later. It's
Yeah,
not,
I didn't
not
notice that
obvious.
little button prompt until like halfway through the game. No.
It's Nanaki.
Aaron! Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of handling you.
Y'all about to learn predictable.
We're taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
She only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. But I really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
I don't know why Hojo thinks this force is going to beat you when, like, Cthulhu Tyrant couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of predictive model he's using, but it's pretty garbage. It's the same one that thinks it knows what I want from Amazon.
Did you hear that Xbox One X sales on Amazon went up like 700% yesterday?
Oh god. I forget where I heard it, but like someone on a podcast or something was talking about like working at GameStop or EB or whatever it was they worked back in the day, and they were like, it doesn't matter like how good or bad a name is, there is always a huge amount of confusion about what console little Timmy wants for Christmas or whatever.
You would
But
think,
this
you know,
can't be helping.
these parents like grew up in the age of, you know, Atari and Nintendo, and maybe even to some extent Super Nintendo. You would think people would have at least some innate grasp on this. I guess. But you know, I do think the funniest thing that, you know, people point out when the One X was announced, you know, and you really gotta wonder, like, if no one at Microsoft had literally ever thought of this. But like, you know, X and S sound awfully similar.
Yeah.
Looks like your model.
And unless you're purchasing online, there's very little chances of you buying one without saying it out loud.
Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me?
What is this fascinating phenomenon?
That is pretty good for her, Joe. What is this fascinating phenomenon?
You came for me.
Yep.
You good? I'm great.
Thanks for saving Molly. I owe you one.
Save it for later.
Good luck.
Taking over.
About damn time.
He's like Transformer Jedi.
It's basically just a Gundam.
Oh, is S and X? Yeah, I guess S and X are pretty close on the keyboard too. What are they going to do next, though?
I don't know. Everything there's everything about what they have already done is bad, and there is no clear way to follow up on it.
I mean, you know, they had this wonderful opportunity to escape the nightmare of the one brand.
Yeah.
Because they were stuck with it based on, you know, a failed strategy of it's the one box you need under your TV. You know? And then they had to back away from that, but they were stuck with the name.
Yeah, I would love an entire like book or documentary or whatever about just like how consoles got their names. Like
I mean,
like I wonder how much of it was like a WADA really integral to the name of the Wii, or was it just some like marketing firm in Japan, or what?
I don't know. Like, it's hard to imagine like Nintendo using a marketing firm, but they probably do.
Oh, they almost certainly do.
I mean, like Nintendo of America, I'm sure.
I mean, Nintendo of America is a marketing firm, basically.
You're right, that is true. Who uses other marketing firms? I'm sure. Oh, was Mega Drive already trademarked in the U.S.? I mean, Genesis is a fine name, but I kind of like Mega Drive better.
Let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, I definitely prefer Mega Drive. Mega Drive's good. Oh, Red's already out.
The hell was that?
We need to go. Aerith!
For a second there, I thought he was going to grab Aerith and be like, "No, we must go mate." Would not have been in character for Nanaki at all, but.
What? You want to go?
Stop.
Oh, Sandy saw red and had to go get up close to the TV. What is it, Sandy? Look. Xbox Revengeance. I'm into it.
So what the hell is it?
fascinating question.
Oh, did it just talk?
You asked what it is. I am that which you see before you. Nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that. Agreed?
13?
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
He got away.
So, we're gonna go get this son of a bitch.
Hey, Fluffums.
I'm literally pushing backwards while he's drunkenly walking forward.
I mean, I guess that's the point.
Kinda, I guess.
Reclaim our world.
Like the arrow on the map shows the direction I'm pointing on the stick. Except for if I go back.
Cloud!
I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector
Too
7?
bad Elena's not here.
We are going to do nothing.
Have you seen her in the game?
Been thinking,
Nope.
was all that necessary?
Had we
I don't
refused, someone
think
else would have
you
completed the
see
task.
her in Midgar.
We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, no.
Let's try another tack then. They were a sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we'd taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter? Yes. Understood. The VP needs us.
Cloud. Oh, thank goodness. You're awake. You okay?
Yeah. Where are we?
Where I lived when I was still a child.
lonesome.
My mom and I
Is
stayed
Abandonware
here
a
years ago when I was
game
just a little
specifically,
girl.
or
My room looks exactly the same.
are we talking about the concept of Abandonware?
I assume they mean the concept.
Are you okay? Maybe you should rest a little longer.
I mean, tried to play Mega Man DOS at that one time.
Oh gosh.
I don't want you to push yourself. We're all worried. Every morning, they would come and take my mom away. I remember crying here alone.
What?
Before we break out of here, talk to us.
That's not funny, Charlie. What are you...
Sandy,
I'm a descendant of the...
you know how when Sandy gets
hang on,
riled up,
hang on. Let's wait till after the story here.
let's have talkie talks.
But just so you know, that's not their actual name. They called themselves the Centra.
We who were born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise.
You know it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought that part was just a fairy tale.
Shinra thinks it's true. They've been searching for the Promised Land for a long time. And they must think you can lead them to it. Can you? Nope. Someday, maybe, I'll find it in me. But now, not even if I wanted to.
Even if you could, that land belongs to the... I mean, to you and your people. Shinra's after it because they believe it's rich in Mako. Mako they've got no right to claim. But they'll try to take it anyway, won't they? Greedy bastards will never stop. Okay, new plan. Y'all take Aerith and get the hell out of here. Me, I'm gonna go bust some Shinra heads.
Barrett, wait. You can't do that.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
Whispers. Perhaps best described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and ensure they do not.
Like capital D? Destiny?
The flow of the great river that is the planet, from inception to oblivion.
And you're saying that that flow is somehow fixed?
Yes, for it is the will of the planet itself.
So if we're destined for a bleak future, these whispers will try to keep us on that course? Now wait just a damn minute. How in the hell can you possibly know any of that? Spouting that cryptic stuff, which could all be bullshit. I mean, ain't you a Shinra lab rat, dog?
Shinra lab rat dog.
When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
Listen to me. Please.
Aerith.
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. It started with them, sure, but I promise you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help. All of you. And the planet. Aerith, what are you not telling us? I'm lost in a maze, and every step is taking me further from the path. Every time the Whisper touch me, I lose something, a part of myself. Follow them, the yellow flowers.
It's okay. We'll find a way out together.
Okay.
Weird.
Aha! There you are. Hey, what are you doing, man? Hey guys, long time no see.
Wedge,
You're here?
you shouldn't be up and moving.
I'm feeling much better thanks to Elmira's cooking. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Listen, any moment now.
What was that? An explosion?
HQ's running the show this time. They're raising hell to try and flush out the president. This complicates matters. An explosion just now put the whole building on high alert.
So now we're trapped in here?
No need to panic, little lady. See? You can still move freely within Hojo's laboratory. Find a way to the roof. An avalanche chopper will come to extract you.
HQ's bailing us out? I doubt it. Not after all the shit we've pulled.
I asked them really nicely. Like super duper nicely.
Thanks, Wedge.
Just get to the roof, okay? Oh?
I didn't ask him to do any of that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he did.
I'm gonna still chew him out for it later.
Alright, Earth, you have a lot of upgrade catching up to do.
Oh yeah. So yeah, when I cough, you know how Sandy has to like grab a toy when she gets riled up and just shake it about.
Yeah.
Well, she did that, and when I looked down at her, she had like both her turtle and her fox in her mouth at the same time.
Wait.
It was pretty good.
Allies who use ATB within the region regain ATB from your gauge.
Allies who use ATB and regain partial within it. Oh, within the war.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So, what, are they actually taking ATB from Aerith, or is it
No, I think
the Aerith?
it's the ward.
Yeah, or are they taking it from the ward?
I don't think they're taking it from anything. It just means that they get some back when they use it.
I guess I need to use that since I haven't unlocked the thing yet.
Doesn't one of her wards do like double magic attack or something like that?
Yeah. Sorcery Storm.
I liked that one.
No. Oh, Arcade Ward cast spells twice. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
What do we got here? So three. Yeah. Yeah, someone with good magic defense going. Why not? really curious about a use for the enter the battle with the toad status effect.
Hmm.
Applied to others. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, I'll do that. Who?
I'm okay.
Cloud's got revival. Even though that's probably not going to get there.
Corey posted this picture in one of our chats today. it's just a screenshot of Yoda right as he dies in Return of the Jedi. And the caption says, "Once I became a parent, I finally understood the scene where Yoda gets so tired of answering Luke's questions, he just dies." He just dies. But Master Yoda, I don't understand.
So, revive is one of them. What's the other one? Finding bird habits? Subversion? No. Time. Okay. Alright, what are we gonna do with Aerith here? Block. Heck, yup. Pray.
Ready, Sandy? Ready? Ready?
Might be worth it. Yeah, she's already got that on her equipment.
Did you upgrade that weapon yet? It sure don't have a lot of materia slots.
Oh yeah, I do need to do that. I forgot. I should do that first.
Purple pick.
Did you ever play the international version of Final Fantasy X or the remaster?
10?
Yeah.
I mean, the international version was only Japan, right? I guess.
I mean, that stuff was rolled into the remaster.
I don't even know. I didn't even know there was extra content. What is it? The spear
I mean, there's
grid changed somehow.
The alternate spear grid you can use that it doesn't like lock you out of the other paths, so you can like do your own thing more than having a predefined character.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the Dark Aeon boss fights they added.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I remember though about the sphere grid thing. The thing is, that sounds bad to me because I learned to respect the party roles when the first time I played Final Fantasy X. It's easy for Kimahri to break. It's easier for Kimahri to break out of his sphere grid path than the other characters. And I was like, oh, wow. Why don't I have someone else that can do black magic? So I started seeing him down Lulu's path. But I eventually realized it was a huge mistake because I never had a reason to use Kimahri when I could just use someone who had better black magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the same grid that is just doesn't have the
I'm sure it's redesigned.
So I wonder if you can like tweak things more finely.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, whenever I'm sure I will someday get around to playing the remaster. I don't know if like I would probably by default not be so inclined to deviate just because of that bad experience. But see, what I think is interesting is in the International and Zodiac Age versions of Final Fantasy 12, they introduced sort of a job system for the license board, which is kind of similar to the sphere grid in a way, where you like unlock different equipment and abilities that characters are allowed to use. And in the original, it was just free for all, whatever you wanted to do. And then International and Zodiac Age, they let you, or they don't. I don't know if there's actually an option to play it by the original rules. There might be. I forget. But playing by Zodiac Age rules, you get to choose, I think, ultimately 2 jobs for each character. At least 2. I forget if there's a third. But like you choose one at the beginning of the game, then you get to choose another later on. And like so, and you can't change it. I don't think there's any going back on it. So you are locked into only unlocking gear and abilities relevant to the job you chose for that character. And I want to say, if you, I could be wrong on this, but I think if you choose it for one character, if you choose like White Mage for one character, I don't think you choose White Mage for another, but I could be mistaken. Can't remember for sure. But regardless, I liked that system overall. Even though I kind of did tend toward specialized roles in 12. I didn't so much though in terms of what I was choosing on the license board. I was just kind of choosing willy-nilly whatever on there. So it kind of did give a little more structure to the license board, which I like. But like in terms of like using, whatever types of abilities in battle, I tended to do that more, whichever character I want to be a certain role. Basically, I made the healer, in general, I made the healer a ranged attack weapon. And then I directly controlled the healer because you recover more MP as you walk around.
Alright,
You
I'll
know,
call it good.
the same job in 12. I couldn't remember, but I did like that system. Oh, does Marquis have strong opinions about 12? I was not aware of this.
Wasn't he the one that directed me to play it?
Was he?
The opening? Yeah, I think so.
Well, then maybe Marquis isn't the one that says it's terrible. Maybe Octavius is the one saying it's terrible. Well, I think 12 is the best post 9 Final Fantasy.
Those whispers are definitely here just so they can play around with whether or not they're going to kill Aerith.
Well,
We can use the same elevator that Hojo did.
we'll learn more, won't we?
Hey, a bench. Good old bench. Have those days passed, Pally? I'm not sure. I remember the days when any mention of Final Fantasy would just start an hour-long discussion in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily call it an argument, but it would. The slightest mention of Final Fantasy was suddenly made it the only thing anyone talked about for an hour or two.
That elevator, was it this way?
Yes, his odor still lingers.
Another bench. Man, look at all these benches.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if I would say FF12 is an MMO without being an MMO. Like, at the time it came out, I could see that. But I feel there have been so many RPGs since then that are much more that style.
I mean, MMOs definitely got incorporated into the RPG gameplay design philosophy for good or ill.
Yeah. I mean, Xenoblade games are all about that. Those are much more that than Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, I kind of vaguely remember this thing.
Someone's picking a fight.
So go give him one already.
Oh yeah, you fight a bunch of these in that underground island,
Yeah.
Go on!
where you find Wedge.
Look.
I forget if there's any special rules to how they work.
I thought there was, but
One more shot!
I'm not sure I recall. Alright, how do I air it? Oh, I remember liking Ray of Judgment. It just looked cool. Oh, well, that wasn't it.
But Octanus, programming your allies is the gameplay of Final Fantasy 12. I mean, that is your battle strategy. You come up with your battle strategy. I in a lot of ways, I prefer that to your allies just doing whatever.
Yeah, if you're gonna have auto fighting allies, you better damn well be able to tell them what to do.
Go on!
I mean, do you in this, other than the fact that you can stop and give them commands? I mean, I don't think you give them any broader direction other than...
That's what I'm saying. I wish you could.
Nice job. What? Shit! What the hell, Red?
I love Red and Barrett in this. They have a really good dynamic.
What's over here? Oh, I thought that blue light was some. All right, another bench.
Hey, you know, you need a lot of benches when you're thinking about science.
It's true.
Sandy, do you need to go pee?
Let's go.
Right.
Hell is this place?
Hojo's treasure. Shinra's dark secret.
But I wouldn't give to burn it all down. But we need to get to the roof. What is that?
Genova.
Mother. Together we will reclaim our world.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this. Cloud?
Tell me, is it really you?
Don't deny me. Embrace me. A touching reunion.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct. I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
Yeah, Pally,
Better hurry.
I know what you're saying. At first, I was like
The
pretty
drum.
Huh?
Classified research. The drum.
Yeah, Genova's container is a heck of a lot more involved in a bigger deal in this than it is in the original. Like, it's just like a little tiny thing, and Barrett just looks at it and is like, where's its head? That thing's messed up. Well, whatever.
Mr. Dude, my hands are alright. Elbows are kind of bothering me. It's always one or the other.
But, yeah, Pally, I know what you mean. Like, at first, I was, like, not too bothered by the extra Sephiroth presence. Because I was just like, well, of course they were going to, you know?
Yeah.
But then when I replayed the original, like, it really kind of gave me much stronger horror vibes. And it kind of made me feel sad about how they approached it, because you never see what Sephiroth looks like. Like, Cloud and Tifa mention the name Sephiroth here and there. You know, something bad in their past happened revolving around Sephiroth, but you never see him. And, you know, Shinra is the big bad threat the whole game, or up until that point. And then all of a sudden, there's a sword in President Shinra's back.
Mm.
And you've still never seen him. And he takes Genova without you ever seeing him. And actually, what's interesting is, you know how you were locked up in this? When you escape from the prison, it's actually, in the original, it's actually because...
Guest member.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to join properly, but this is
sadly.
more than I thought he would.
It makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Too much gameplay to integrate at this point in the game. But the thing is, like, when your prison door suddenly opens, like, all of the guards are dead, and there's just a trail of red blood that you follow up to the president's office. And the music and the atmosphere and just the way it plays out, it very much plays by, like, the horror, you know, rules of, you know, not showing too much. And it's actually really creepy.
Mm.
And it made me sad that they just straight up show Sephiroth doing his deal.
They probably thought the cat's already out of the bag in that regard.
It is, but it was still, in retrospect, it was done extremely effectively.
Mm.
But there are parts of how this is done too that I like, and I think it's a bit later when you actually see something on one of Hojo's monitors. What's wrong? I'm saying, do you have to poop now?
Is it Hojo in his pajamas?
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Be pretty terrifying.
Sandy, do you gotta poop? Or you just want to play? Sandy, do you know that playing by yourself is possible?
I don't think she believes you.
Well, let's see if it's poop. Let's see if it's poop.
like I zoned out and missed something here. You know, for how constrained the environments in this game are, it sure is hard to tell where you're supposed to go sometimes.
Give me a break. See ya. Was never in doubt.
Hello there, Mr. Burns. Well, careful there, AJ. You wouldn't want to suggest another sword user for Smash. People might riot. Bernie's a little hot in here for a lap, and yet, here you are. Really?
Focus.
Bernie.
Let's go.
Bernie. Oh, Bernie. Well, you can lap if you want. Just pick a spot. Pick a spot. No. Not on my wrist, preferably. Preferably not on my wrist. Where on earth am I supposed to go? What am I doing? I feel like I got distracted and missing something obvious, and I sure don't know what. Is this back again? Am I here again? Well, I found a thing.
What is it?
Hey, progress.
If we flip that switch, we can get to the other side.
I may be able to do that.
You sure?
Yes. Will this do the trick?
Alright, bench. I'm resting my controller on Bernie, and he seems to be into it. Which is mildly surprising to me.
What kind of freak show have they got going on in here? Hey, man.
Need a hand?
Yeah, right. Just have a little bit of fun with it, that's all.
For how long?
Long as it took you to get here. Yeah. Oh.
You have to like magic those guys or something.
I don't remember those guys having any special rules. Andy, you left it all the way over there. You're supposed to play with
That
it.
didn't work.
Ain't no thing. That's no guy here?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you ready? Ready?
Oh, do I see?
Yeah, I guess I didn't sufficiently wear Sandy out before the stream. I tried.
I didn't.
You're up.
Oh, I didn't. Many things did not work.
Enough.
Shit, it's like they're turning out monsters here.
That's not far.
Oh, let's not go into that. Let's not do that. Oh, Barrett. Oh, Barrett. Barrett. Barrett, get out of there.
Moth.
Deal with that.
It sure seems like a thing I should shoot from afar.
Be careful.
Ow.
Real pain in the ass. Get your shit together. Let's turn this around.
Oh, where's my prey when I need it? Yeah.
This is gonna sting.
I thought Sandy was on the verge of some zoomies.
Yeah. Fine.
Is that a goal?
You say so.
Sometimes.
Guess we're out. What's the plan?
First, we find Tifa and Aaron. Then we head for the roof.
Makes your playtime go faster.
The elevator somewhere. Didn't expect
She
any of
was
this.
close,
We just gotta roll.
but it didn't quite
Come on,
snap.
let's go.
Didn't quite snap.
Yeah, I only tend to use Punisher mode when I stagger an enemy when I'm controlling Cloud.
Is Punisher the slow one or the heavy? The slow and heavy, or?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really sure which actually does more total damage.
Locked. No going back.
Yeah. You still got some wiggles to get out of you.
Alright, I get a new
Ooh.
weapon. Dead.
Wow.
Counterattack. Boost. Interesting. Kinda was not expecting to get another weapon. Though it has been a while since Cloud got one. Sure. Oh, Barrett, you've been picked over. First things first, what were we trying to level? Time? Yeah. It would be great if they like remembered what materia you had on people and could like swoop it back over to them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's an argument for making separate equipment and materia screens like the original had, you know?
Yeah.
Although there is that swap materia function.
I mean, that's just to within a
Oh, that's only within?
yeah. Probably gonna do all of this and then get Aerith and Tifa back in a moment and have to do this again. Yes. Put a new chakra in there. Bernie, why are you giving me that look? I can use chakra if I want to. Sure could do with a bench. Here.
All right, now you're starting to impress me.
We got him.
Yeah, keep it up, y'all.
Don't move an inch. We'll head down too. Be right there.
Huh? I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a pretty long ways out.
That's the thing I constantly forget it is even in the works. Good, but I mean, I can only assume they're trying to do something substantially different if it's taking this long.
Well, you have to remember it was announced before a whole lot had really been done, and by another team. And then the producer made that apology video saying, it wasn't up to our standards and we're restarting at Retro Studios.
So, tell me, how are you finding the drop? You know film is the most
So that's why it's taking so
technology in
long.
Midgar, if not the entire world. You should feel honored to see it firsthand. You'll also have the opportunity to take part in a rather ambitious experiment of mine.
What?
When all the pieces are in place, I will open the door to the third ward. Perhaps you can help me with necessary preparations. Given that you're already in the perfect position to do so, I look forward to data both invaluable and instrumental.
Necessary preparations? What the hell is this asshole talking about?
Man, video game scientists and their combat data, that's all they want.
Let us out until we indulge his request for data.
You said something about a ward, right? I'm pretty sure I saw a door to one upstairs somewhere. You want to check it out?
Sure.
You two will be on your own. Be careful.
Thanks. We will.
We'll be waiting right here. If anything happens, anything at all, you call me, all right?
Roger that.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I can never remember if PHS actually stands for some outdated phone term that I can't remember, or if it doesn't really mean anything. Is it personal handset? Party editing system? Huh. Phone home system.
All right. Sure. You don't have healing, so you don't need auto cure. Oh wait, I need to get time. I need more time.
The old save icon was always a very strange thing, I thought. Like, I always thought it looked like a magnet. Like, what does it mean?
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it a magnet, but it was definitely strange. APL.
Hey, you think Cloud's doing okay? He's been acting really weird lately. More than usual.
True. But it's Cloud. I'm sure he'll be fine. But what about you, Tifa? How are you holding up?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine.
Drum has played the original.
Why would you think I haven't played the original?
Huh?
Why would someone think I hadn't played the original?
I don't know.
Yeah, it has been a good while since I played the original, but I watched a good chunk of Lynn's playthrough last year, early this year.
I guess this has to be the third
What is
ward,
time?
right?
I think it was.
But it looks like the
Oh,
door's locked.
There has to be
it
something.
might have been longer than a year ago. It was
Let's
not
look
earlier
around.
this year.
Gotcha.
What is time?
I do not know.
Alright, who in this party knows how to wall run? Might come in handy.
I mean,
Look!
I bet Tifa could
Now
do
they
it if
can
she
get
put her
across
mind to it.
too.
We should let Cloud know.
I mean, surely the other team noticed things come out of the wall if we don't need to tell them. I mean, the first part of this answer is definitely yes, but am I just being an old man,
Yes.
or are these like sections of modern games where he's like, let's wander around in bad gameplay through this area that's kind of a pain in the ass for a good long time. Just to pad out the game, like, really not great.
This game does have a lot of dungeons that are longer than they need to be.
Cloud, can you hear me? We found the door to that ward he
I
was
mean,
talking about, but it's
I thought
locked.
this segment
Can't
was
open.
somewhat interesting, if for no other reason than
About those preparations,
it was
Hojo
kind of a bit
mentioned
of a different party dynamic than what you
I
had
think we're supposed
been
to do
working with
something with
before.
that.
It was
Sure.
interesting having Eris and Tifa and then Barrett and
before.
Cloud, you know.
Some sort of control panel.
I mean, that's one of the
Do
things
you
I
see
like
where
about
you get
Final
across
Fantasy
now?
13 a lot is that they kind of force you to mix up your party a lot.
I
Being fresh.
was listening to try and I didn't see what the question was here. Like, am I going to do all of this either way, or?
You're going to switch between the two parties many, many times.
But if I say no, do I just like wait longer to switch,
Well, if
or what?
you say no, you're going to be Tifa, and if you decide you have nothing to do, then you can go back to the phone and say yes.
Okay, so it's more scripted than I'm imagining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some secret things that you could probably miss if you didn't explore enough, but I mean, you are going to be you're going to be switching back and forth multiple times to get through this. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, Final Fantasy 6
All right.
has a couple of parts where you split into multiple parties and then you switch between the parties to get through a dungeon,
Sure.
including the final dungeon.
The cataclysm that came from the stars, Genova. Hojo has devoted half of his life to her study.
I don't give a shit about any of that.
The experiments in this facility involve the enhancement of life forms and machines through the application of Genova biological data. Hojo's plan is to pit his subjects against us, thereby facilitating their growth.
So this asshole thinks he can treat us like his experiments.
I know what fate awaits these creations. Let us put them out of their misery. We must first find a passage that leads to the center.
I absolutely am going to keep switching these materia. I'm trying to level up back and forth forever during the segment.
Oh, okay. You do you.
There's only 3 of them.
Which ones are you trying to level?
I need to max out revival and time to get the last battle intel.
Oh.
I think that's all I need to switch, unless I removed all my healing from these 2. No, Cloud's got pray. Okay. Or Barrett does.
Todd, let's do a walk. Take a lead.
job.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
Didn't make what?
was trying to kill him before he unloaded on me. Alright. There.
Off I go.
I don't know, maybe what bothers me about a lot of modern games is the
There's no control panel. We don't have the means to go this way.
like
Wait a second. Weren't the girls right by the door to the third ward?
There are 4 switches. 1 for each ward.
like in modern games, there's a very clear delineation between when you're exploring and when you're I need to in combat or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true to a...
Or if like I'm playing
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
like a Simon's Quest or whatever, like, or Zelda, like they're a seamless thing where you're constantly switching in and out of combat as you explore.
Right.
Where in this, it's just like, well, I'm exploring now, so I'm just gonna walk over here and push this button and yippee skippy.
I mean,
And we're gonna walk and talk for a while now, and maybe the story's good, and maybe it's not.
Do that, obviously. I mean, I'd say that the Souls-like games are a big exception to that rule for sure.
Sure.
Where they follow very much, you know, exploration and combat are all kind of happening together. You know, it's interesting.
It's like the set piece design of a lot of like modern games, where it's like, oh, this is this part, this encounter,
right. Well,
this room where this stuff happens, and you're either like, oh, this was tough, or this was really long and boring. I remember this.
I have nothing wrong with a good set piece. I like a good set piece, but like, you know, there's definitely part, you know, as much as I love the Uncharted games, you know, there's definitely long parts where you just go a really long time with no combat. And, you know, sometimes that stuff works, sometimes it doesn't, you know. But, you know, it's interesting, you know, after I finished Rise of the Tomb Raider, I decided to just go ahead and do Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And it had a really interesting way of setting the difficulty, which I guess kind of accentuates what you're talking about. Because when you chose the difficulty mode, you choose, like, there are like some preset difficulty modes, which just, you know, kind of, you know, they have their fancy titles, but, you know, they just correspond to the usual, you know, easy, normal, hard, etc., right? But if you wanted, you could then modify the presets to have, you know, easy, normal, hard, whatever, for combat, for exploration, and for puzzles. You know, so they very clearly, like, considered them separate challenges, and I feel like Shadow of the Tomb Raider might have actually been my favorite of those 3 games, but my one complaint about it was that I felt like it really could have used maybe, at least 2 more like really strong combat sections. The exploration and adventuring and puzzle solving was good, but oftentimes there wasn't a lot along the way to mix it up. But overall, good game. But
I mean, Steffi that brings up Resident Evil 4 being all set pieces, and that's absolutely true, but in Resident Evil 4, you're almost never walking and talking. You're never just like idly running around and flipping a switch or two. You do from time to time, but usually it's during combat, and all the set pieces are designed around combat and how the gameplay can be made interesting in a different set piece.
Yeah, but
Whereas, like this game, all the set pieces are how are we going to walk over and flip a switch to move this arm, or move this crate, or move this platform, and all the combat is basically in the exact same arena.
Yeah, I don't know if I 100% agree with your generalization that these concepts are bad as a whole, or necessarily bothersome to me. But I will agree that one of this game's bigger issues is that some of the dungeons are just way too long and not interesting enough to justify their length. I mean, I think the worst offender is the area underneath the plate on your way to the second reactor. Like that, just so long.
Let's get in trouble. That's a lot of dog.
I mean, they are dungeons. I mean,
that was a lot of dog.
I mean, they are dungeons, and RPGs are rarely dungeons, strictly speaking, but conceptually, they are dungeons. But like I said, I think I don't remember if I said this with you before, but I mean I've definitely said it before. When I went back and played the original Midgar section, it just really made me appreciate the pacing of the original. There's I love getting to see reimagined versions of the settings and the scenes in this, but there's very, 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 I mean, honestly, I'm not that much in love with any of the content that is just completely new to this. Like the scenarios that were completely added for this game, like the lab under Sector 7, the trip to the top of the plate with Jesse Biggs and Wedge.
Oh, I forgot to put prey on someone again.
Like, sometimes those were nice but unnecessary character moments, and they added nothing to the overarching plot. They introduced that soldier biker guy who, like, looked like he was going to be a thing, and it'll probably be a thing in some of the sequels. But why introduce him for this story? This game, make this game a cohesive story. If that guy isn't going to appear again until the next game, introduce him in the next game. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't, you know, I'm indifferent to him as a character, but if you're not going to bring him back in this game, then there's no point.
Tifa putting in work.
But yeah, I mean, the original game is just so well paced. And, you know, some of the dungeons in this game that might take, a couple of hours are often literally 2 screens. 2 screens! The original. Yeah. I know they were making this into a, Midgar section into a whole game, but...
I mean, I don't mind them introducing characters, like whatever that soldier guy is presumably going to do in later games. If they want to introduce him here, that's fine. Absolutely have Red in here, that's fine. But, I think what Tri is talking about is, a lot of the quote-unquote gameplay filler.
Well...
Not so much the...
I mean,
story filler, if you want to call it that.
I mean, definitely a little bit of both, but it's just that the original works so well on its own that the added stuff, every once in a while, I guess there's little things I'm like, oh, I'm really glad they elaborate on that. Like Corneo in the sewers. I thought the story revelations that he gave were driven home much more clearly, and also it was good timing to really firmly establish, the concepts of Neo Midgar and stuff like that. It's much more clear what Shinra's goals are compared to the original. At least the original with the original translation, for what that's worth. But yeah, I mean, there are little things like that, but for the most part, I felt like, the original gets its point across very effectively, without needing to take, 6 to 10 times as long.
I don't know. I feel like we're kind of saying the same thing and kind of not. I didn't mind going to Jesse's house. I think a lot of the character fleshing out they've done is great. It's mostly just the ghost train, that kind of stuff, or it was just this tiny little thing and this big thing that doesn't fit into everything else at all.
I mean, it didn't. I don't feel like it added anything to the overarching plot, and it was so. There were 2 bosses in the train graveyard. It was 2 screens in the original with no boss. And they weren't trying to justify oh, why is it a train graveyard? It's just, I don't know, it's an RPG. It's the train graveyard. What do you want? There's monsters there.
Ghost Train was to add Aerith's character. What?
I mean, she was able to kind of communicate with the ghosts a little bit, I guess. And the way that she kind of can communicate with the planet, I guess.
Yeah, looks like it.
But the ghost graveyard was also and then the whole sewer section you go through before it. It was, especially once you got inside that main building in the train graveyard, it was kind of the structure of that building was not very interesting to explore. Oops. It was pretty long.
Back to good now.
I don't remember what the deal with Tempest is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh.
Sorry, but you handle it. Good luck.
I'm feeling pretty weak.
I need to really stop remembering, or stop forgetting to put
Come focus. That's over.
Prey on there.
Hard to take pride in that.
I'm leaving Tifa to finish the job.
I mean, if someone's gonna finish the job, it's Tifa.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll try that. Maybe that's all we need. Yeah, sure.
I don't remember what exactly it's called, but did you ever use the monster skill materia at all?
Enemy skill?
Enemy skill, yeah.
Yeah, Cloud has it on. I keep forgetting to use. What the? Is it spells or? I don't even know what menu that stuff is under.
I don't know. I don't remember really using it in this. Although, I mean,
I think whatever I have for it,
cool
I've
in
just
the
like
original.
forgotten what it's giving me, and assuming that's just a natural part of Cloud.
Oh. I mean, normally in like older games and the original, you have to be hit by the ability while you have that skill or that materia equipped. You know, it's blue magic.
Yeah. Isn't that how it works here?
I mean, maybe, but I don't think I really did it. I don't remember. I don't know if you. It's probably like you probably don't get it every time. It's probably just a random chance, or you have to be hit a number of times.
Is this really the exit?
I'm not huge into blue magic in general, just because
I hate that man.
I feel like unless you're following a guide, you're not going to get much out of it.
Yeah, it's too much effort to fill it out.
Yeah, and if you're not following a guide, then you're probably just gimping yourself by using it instead of something else, you know?
Yeah.
And I prefer to not follow a guide unless, you know, I'm on a replay or something.
We'll make it quick. This might be it.
Oh, there's a third one. Well, that almost worked out. Not really, at all.
Everything's spinning.
No big deal. Gotta go for it now.
Does Bernie want out?
Yeah, Big Guard, White Wind, those are the classic enemy skills for 7. But what are the chances you would have gotten them if you didn't look them up?
This might be it.
think I've used her limit break before.
Really? I don't think that's the limit break I had on her.
Sarah, wait,
Was
you
it?
can choose?
Did you just get like a protect spell or something? I'm pretty sure she did a big heal on mine, like a party heal.
Did I forget that you could choose limit breaks while I was on my long break from this game?
I'm not sure myself. Is it a per character thing?
Are you throwing me for a curveball? Why don't I have?
I'm
material?
pretty. Yeah, Seffi's saying there are multiple limit breaks. That sounds familiar. I just don't remember a lot about that system. But I know for me, Eris had a big heal.
Where are the limit breaks? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's right. I never go into the battles.
You were in this screen earlier.
I mean, it's only for changing party members, you know. I mean, nullify physical damage dealt to all party members is like healing, kind of.
So happy that we streamed. Well, happy to make you happy.
Yeah. Good old Mr. Duke. And Seth.
And everything.
Yeah, I think I just put the level 2 limit break on everyone, and it seemed like an upgrade.
For a shower.
I mean, you can choose your limit break in the original too. I mean,
Oh yeah, but you
probably
always,
an
like,
upgrade
I always chose whatever the highest level one I had because it
it's
seemed like the thing to do.
probably an upgrade in most regards, but there could be a legit reason for choosing earlier ones.
I always wanted to someday go back and actually get Eris highest level limit break. Because, like, I think if you play normally, you're, like, nowhere near getting it when she dies.
Now the others can get across too?
I mean, I don't recall for sure if I ever did that, but I don't really consider it Final Fantasy VII completion requirement because
like, I wouldn't either.
Like I always was concerned with the end game party. Like I played Final Fantasy VII. I did like 2 like beyond perfect files twice, where I got like everyone's ultimate weapon, everyone's ultimate limit break, and Master Magic, Master Summon, and Master Command 3 times over. So I had one for everyone in the active party.
Yes, Evie, I've definitely played through Final Fantasy VII before with just like a guide at my side, like checking it every step of the way to make sure I didn't miss anything, and it was fun that way.
I mean, you know, I've definitely been aware during replays. I mean, I might have had access to some guide information.
I think my brother had like the official strategy guide or something.
I probably had access to some information because I mean I played it, you know, several years late, and like I knew so many people who had played it, and they all had guides. So and I know like I was told on a few cases like, oh, you got to go Wutai and get Leviathan and stuff like that. You know, oh, and here's how you get Yuffie. Or Yuffie, as I said back then.
I still say Yuffie.
We need to open the door first.
Maybe the voice acting in this game will break me of that habit.
I try to still say Eris as it should be, so.
Yeah, I was telling this to Lynn earlier, but I'm big question mark depending on how my hands take to gaming again in the long term. But like to kind of keep myself from playing too much with the controller, I'm thinking of like only playing on stream, and like if Lynn and I want to co-op a game on our own time, which doesn't happen a lot because Lynn's usually working all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that, just limiting it to those two things would, keep me from overusing my hands if they're going to tolerate this in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do that, and if my hands are okay with it, I might, once the remake is done and I have more time, where I don't feel like I should really be working on the remake, I might have another stream regularly in the week where, Try can hop on if he wants, but it's normally just me doing whatever.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, I think it's good. I mean, I've thought this for a long time. I mean, it has nothing to do with your hands or anything, but like, it's good to have it's good to have scheduled time every week where you force yourself to have some fun.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you feel like, oh, I should do this or I shouldn't do this. And having that obligation to have fun, I feel like it's healthy.
Having conversations while playing this segment of the game really isn't helping. I am just constantly like, what the heck am I supposed to do? When it's probably pretty obvious.
I mean, I don't remember it being like particularly confusing. I just remember once I saw a phone booth, check the immediate nooks and crannies to make sure I'm not missing something.
Yeah.
Pick up and then use the phone booth and switch to the other party. I mean, that was my general operation.
There's no phone around here, is there? I didn't miss it. Or was there one? No, that was... Do I need to go back here and phone?
Possibly.
Well, they didn't talk. It makes me think I didn't do what I needed to do. Oh, hit switch 4. Oh, right, that door had a 4 in it. Yeah.
Paying attention.
I am paying attention. It's just not to the game.
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
Wait, that was the 2. Do I need to flip 2? Is it 2?
I mean, it can be on at once.
I think it's just 1.
Did you come from 2 though?
Transfusion procedure.
Like, don't you want to open the one that's near
Test of augmented
where the
research
other party
specimen.
is and then switch to the other party?
But I haven't done anything with Cloud and Barry yet.
Oh. That shows you how much I'm paying attention, I guess.
Those experiments.
Oh, that's to be expected. God, I keep getting all these Moogle medals, and I don't think I'm ever going to spend them.
I mean, I think I bought everything I could have possibly wanted from that kid anyway.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Not going down without a fight.
I mean, you probably keep them for a new game plus.
Yeah. So sell me on Punisher mode, chat. What am I missing here?
See ya.
I mean, I guess if you feel like you're having a hard time breaking through the enemy's defenses, then, you know, blocking and doing the counterattack might be effective in some situations.
I hope you're enjoying your experience.
Punisher block. Okay.
Before you get any ideas, you should know this glass is bulletproof. No discernible changes after contact. Most fascinating.
Hey, we ain't done yet.
It seems we have no choice.
Cough. Might come in handy, but not seeing the use right now. Be good, like fighting Leviathan equipment, maybe.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Concentration. Anytime now.
Oh yeah, maybe he's good for punishment.
Floppy.
I kind of see what you're saying there.
It's on you.
Need my help, do you?
Not what I wanted to shoot. Okay.
Stay down, asshole.
Yeah, it's probably.
This ain't nothing.
I feel like this game might benefit from having enemy health bars on the screen at all times somewhere. 'Cause I often find myself wondering, like, oh, did I kill everything else? What exactly is the state of the battlefield here?
Maybe. Can't you look around while you're paused?
No.
Maybe
You can, like, target enemies after you select an ability.
Maybe you can look around if you aren't locked on? Can't remember.
Oh yeah, if you're not locked on, you can. Tactical mode.
Coming at you hard and fast.
Make a decent team.
Who would have thought? How'd you like watching your precious toys get torn to shreds?
remember right, that you had a stopping point in mind for tonight?
Yes. I mean, in general, yes. I'm a little fuzzy on all the happenings around that point, but I mean, basically, when you finish this lab is really long, as you've seen. I'm pretty sure there is a
Now's our chance to kill the bastard.
there's a definite boss to the lab.
For you to pay the piper.
They never learn.
Commencing test.
He already
All
established
personnel must
it's
evacuate area. Commencing test.
bulletproof.
Be a good boy and keep the other pets company.
Shit, looks like Red might need our help up there.
These weird enemies are random encounters in the original Shinra building. It's interesting to see how they work them in with these like set
Whack-a-mole thing.
Yeah, these set platforms on the floor. Like, you gotta wonder how much thought was behind some of the original enemies.
Yeah, you really do.
And then they make this and they're like, well crap, we have to make things make sense in this game.
I mean, as a Hojo test, some kind of whack-a-mole things makes some sense, I guess.
No, I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of works. I mean, it's like it's a teleporting weapon. It's just that you have to have a teleporter where it's going to go attack. So I don't know if it's that useful outside of a lab.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, good for security. Good work.
Taking over. Let's do this. You're done.
You ain't gonna get away.
Did you ever get Final Fantasy 13?
No.
I know you've thought about it many times.
I would like to get to it someday. It's on my Steam wish list.
You know, one thing I do miss from the original version is that limit breaks carry over from battle to battle. The meter always resets in this one.
Get out of here. What was that thing?
Couldn't you have run up there and helped Red?
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for Cloud Barret?
Forget about it for now.
did my little jaunt through the original Midgar section, I just named Red 13 Red because I really liked how Barrett just calls him Red all the time.
It's a good name.
Hey, Red. I've named him Nanaki in a few replays, though. As I have also done with, like, Chrono Trigger, like, name Frog Glenn. Stuff like that.
Throw auto cure on that.
Nanaki is Nanaki. That's his name.
True.
That's what the NPC at the entrance of Cosmo Canyon says. Who's Nanaki? Nanaki is Nanaki. It's his name.
Remind me, this ain't a hospital, is it?
Test subjects don't receive treatment. They're enhanced or dissected.
Oh. Oh. You just said that to disgust me, Sephi, didn't you?
It's on you.
Yes, it's my turn.
I mean, you know, as passionate as I am about
What?
Eris's true name. Yeah, this is another one of those things where it's kind of based on an enemy in the original that doesn't make sense. But as passionate as I am about Eris and her proper Erisy name, like, really, Eris is pretty low on, like, and, I mean, lower on my overall liking of characters in this game, I guess.
Oh, so you're a monster.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Eris, fine, but I think a lot of the other characters are more fun.
Might be more of a cloud fight. Yeah, more of a cloud fight.
Smashy smash. Yeah, that's a crowd control fight. Barrett's a little more of a one-on-one guy. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that you never feel like your characters that you aren't directly controlling are really doing terribly much meaningful damage at all, which is very different from Trials of Mana, regardless of how fair that comparison may or may not be. But like in that game, it happens all the time where you're like focusing on fighting one enemy and you know there's another enemy and you turn down and your other party members are just putting away their weapons because, you know, they took care of business. They did their job.
I guess.
Yeah, the other characters, you're really just like, if you're not like swapping between people constantly, you're really just like, they're doing one damage, it feels like, repeatedly until their ATB fills. And
I mean, I've never really paid that close attention to like how much damage are they really doing, how, you know, what's the downgrade really like, but yeah, it doesn't feel like much.
fine. One step at a time it is.
I don't see any elevators around here.
I'll let Tifa and Aerith know.
Yeah, I do feel the remake sort of humanizes Eris a little better than the original did. She was always like,
What do you know? That's the door to the fourth wall.
she never really seemed real in the original, you know?
But the door we used to get is shut.
I mean, she,
The passages have to be connected somehow.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know, she just always felt very mystical and not like, it always seemed hard to imagine her, even though, you know, there's the flashbacks where you see her as a kid and stuff, but it's just like hard to imagine her as like a kid growing up, you know, because she just seems too perfect somehow. I mean, you know, that stuff is in the original, but like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just down to the original translation in some ways, but she is a lot more likable in the remake, I think, than the original.
I do not understand. She feels like the same person to me.
I mean, I'm just saying that being able to flesh her out, you know, with more detailed animation and voice, I feel kind of made Eris click with me a little more than in the original.
Please.
She just feels more like she could be a real person, I guess.
See if they can get to the central terminal. Hey, you okay?
I love Red's lever animation. I mean, I don't know. I always thought Renault was likable in the original. Or, well, you know, the only FF8, even though there is kind of the HD remaster, but still basically the same thing. Really? Is Renault like hugely disliked? I mean, people very often dislike Final Fantasy VIII in general.
Red fell to your level.
So like I've never heard a lot of people like really say like, oh, I like this character, but I hate this character. People just don't like the game. Which I think is wrong. It is a good game.
Come on, really?
Man, that day that I played through all of Disc 1 and finished Disc 1 on the stream that one time, that was fun.
Someone looks kind of shaky.
I did that because we were thinking about making a video of the remaster. We ended up not doing it, but yeah, I kind of, you know, at the time I didn't really have intent to continue.
Let's get serious.
I was really just recording, but I wanted to continue. Good. That was playing through Disc 1 one day. That was a lot of fun.
Feeling chilly? Opponent. We'll make it quick.
Oh, that interrupted my prey.
Yep, FF6 in one sitting. That was an excursion.
I'll take over. This fight's not over yet.
That was a long time ago. We had like 10 people on Skype at some point, I think.
Shake it off, okay?
Sounds like a minor nightmare.
I remember I became very quiet and people got concerned about me. I mean, there was just so much talking going on. Oh, Dog Dragon, have you never heard of
Can you take over for me? Let's go.
the Final Fantasy VI single sitting stream?
I mean, it doesn't come up in a long time.
Yeah, it took me 23 hours. I mean, you know, I hadn't played the game in several years. You know, I didn't prep for it. I didn't, you know, learn any special strats. You know, I just played it the way I would play it and hoped I could get done in 24 hours.
Why is this guy roller skating?
I just barely could make it. I want to say I did a little grinding before Kefka and Kefka's Tower, but I was just pretty lucky overall. I had like an hour left at the end. What did I play that last
I'll take
hour?
care of you. Just go away.
I can't. I feel like I'd be like, oh yeah, if I can remember what I played. I don't remember. But yeah,
Sorry, but I
it all stemmed back. I mean, this was the first charity marathon we did. It was Extra Life, right? That Extra Life goes that far back, doesn't it?
Probably.
Sorry for the wait.
It was the first charity marathon we ever did, and it stems back to an old joke between me and a friend, where, you know, I'd be at his house or he'd be at my house, and you know, we'd kind of wrap up whatever game we were playing. It wasn't really time to go home yet. I still wanted to do something. It's like, what do you want to do? And inevitably, one of us would end up saying, quick round of Final Fantasy VI? And we'd just die laughing. And it like got to the point where like before either of us even said it, we would just like start giggling uncontrollably. Because we knew one of us was going to, without fail, eventually say, quick round of Final Fantasy VI. And then like years later after college, I was like, I wonder if I could do Final Fantasy VI in one sitting. I mean, it might not be
Maybe we
quick.
can get to it instead.
Yeah, let's try.
Well, actually, I want to say, yes, now I remember, we actually did sort of try it one time. Like I think it was like maybe like just before we went off to college. We're like, this is our last chance. Like, can we actually do a quick round of Final Fantasy VI? And, you know, Saturday or some summer day, you know, we sat down to do it. I think we got
Off
to the world of ruin. But it was like, you know, it was dinner time. And, you know, I guess we just ran out of steam. But I still, like, held that in my mind, like, could I do it? Could I do Final Fantasy VI in one day? And I did.
And it's not moving.
The professor still has plans for
All
us.
right, Cuphead was a directorship, wasn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
want this one
I
thing.
forgot that.
All that remains is the
Whew, that was an overtime
trust
directorship.
Cloud and Barrett to see it through.
Hey! Too much? Someone looks kind of shaky. Too much?
Would kill for a shower.
She says that so much.
What?
I'd kill for a shower.
Okay. Wow, at least it's not as repetitive as the Xenoblade battle voices.
Where's Colin? Once again, I have lost the thread of what exactly I need to do to progress here.
Go to a place that you couldn't before.
Bernie, don't scratch through the door and just look at me like a dope when I open it.
I mean, he's looking at you like a dope because it's yum yum time. Redeemed highlight my message? What? What is that?
You can spend channel points to highlight your message so the streamer is more likely to see it.
That it?
What?
I feel like I'm just going backwards here. So door number 4 seems like a door that would lead to things finally being over. Oh man, I was looking forward to when the weather cools off and it's not sweltering hot in here when I have the door shut. I thought maybe today was the day, but it is not that day.
It has gotten quite cool though.
It's gotten pretty darn nice lately. But not quite cool enough.
Transfusion procedure complete.
I feel like this year I have had
This was a good idea.
fewer,
right?
less cause to be
Let's go give the others the
outside for extended periods of time. And so the heat of the summer never really sunk in
We found an
this year.
elevator on our side.
It kind of just came and went.
It was pretty
We
bad.
can't use it for some reason.
Oh, sure, I have to take Sandy out a bunch every
One
day.
thing
But,
we can do.
you know.
We need to head to
Not long enough to make me
You're
sweat
locked in on our
usually.
side. You should be able to get in.
Thanks. Wait for it there.
Right. Now we head back to that door. We made Wedge wait a while to be rescued.
Guess so.
You know, he really likes you.
Maybe.
The drum.
Friendly guy, but he has a hard time opening up to people.
They drum.
That makes two of us.
He's got your back.
They sure do.
Makes two of us.
Oh, I guess that is from the first game. I was like, why does that look so familiar?
Yeah, it's just a regular random encounter enemy, but a lot smaller. But now here it's a big bad boss. Never would have thought to turn this enemy into the boss, but
It kind of works. Cloud head.
Eligor? Which one's Eligor? Oh, is that a regular enemy? I hated that boss.
What boss?
The second one, the train graveyard.
Oh.
Horse carriage thing?
Yeah.
I feel like I had a really hard time staggering him. I feel like I maybe only staggered him once and it didn't really get me that far. So I don't think I was really well equipped for him. That was one of my less favorite bosses. Party switch. The first boss in the train graveyard was kind of neat though, in the control room with like all the stuff flying about.
I think that one bothered me more than the second one.
I like the first one. Sword-apede. You think Hojo also came up with that brilliant name?
Who else? Actually, I bet it was Palmer. Oh, wait, when did Tifa die?
Recently.
You'll feel better in a second.
Palmer strikes me as a man that can really come up with a good graboid name.
Stay strong, okay?
I mean, since the space and aeronautics program is currently on hold, I mean, what else does he have to do?
Okay, let's not.
Everything's spinning.
Big.
I still can't believe you didn't use prey.
Yeah,
Damn it, I'm coming.
used a whole lot of cure, and her big healing limit break.
Kept you waiting?
It's okay. I'll do better. I'll take care of them.
Hojo, an evil genius. What if I make a fish covered in swords?
That's enough.
Again, you triumph. I'd be disappointed if you didn't. Yes, I believe I have just about all the data that I require. Then we are ready to proceed to the next stage.
Yes, we got it.
That was the one shot I really liked. The distant shot of Sephiroth walking away with Jenova. And if you didn't know what it was,
Could this be a trap?
you know, I'm all about that distant
Don't
horror
worry.
shot.
The elevators are safe.
All right, if you say so. Huh?
Oh, glad to help with the Game Boy display.
No, something tells me that we aren't. Call it a hunch.
I recently changed what I'm using, but it's still a display for nail polish. It just turns out nail polish acrylic stands, good for Game Boy games.
I think it might be locked from this side.
Should we open it up then?
I mean, I didn't look at nail polish stands. I looked for acrylic display because I was like, all the displays I was looking at were expensive.
Hey, guys.
So I was like, well, what's a cheap material? How about acrylic? That's what came up.
Band's back together. Past time we got out of here and made our way to the roof.
There's an elevator just over there.
Hmm?
But it will move only at Hojo's discretion.
Hey, it's everybody. Actually, like, pick a party? No. Barrett's not in the party.
Yeah, henceforth you're going to have some interesting materia management.
Yeah, well, just gotta focus on who's got the good prayer and who's got the stuff I'm leveling up. And I don't remember who that is. I forgot. I guess I forgot to switch for a while there. Who's got time? Who's got the time?
No one's got time.
Someone's got to have time. Is it Barrett? Does Barrett have the time? Barrett's got the time, of course.
He's got a clock gun.
I just put everything on Aerith, the least likely person to leave the party. Oh, oh, oh. Close battery. Okay. Which elevator are we talking about here?
They drum.
Well, okay then. Looks like the elevator's working.
It appears Hojo's done having his fun.
Glad to hear he enjoyed the show.
This might be the stopping point coming up here.
Hey,
That would be right on time.
Yeah, good time.
what the hell's going on?
Who would?
We may find out soon.
Let's go.
I preferred the trail of red Genova blood in the original. Thought it was creepier.
So what's above this floor?
The president's office, and then the roof.
Wait.
So yeah, I would save and quit once you get to the president's office floor. Like, don't go to the president's office, but
Right?
I mean,
The elevator back there can take us down to the central terminal again.
or if Eris
Now's the
gives you a
time
choice
for
to
the
stay
unfinished
behind,
So, stop here.
yeah, maybe stop here.
Alright. I guess we're stopping there.
Yep, gonna be crazy from here on.
Well, I guess we'll find that out on Monday, Bernie.
That we will.
Yeah. It's time for Bernie to have food.
Mm.
You want to carry on loudly for the microphone? Hmm? Yeah.
I didn't hear it. Then again, I'm hearing you on your headset.
Yeah. Chat can probably hear Bernie.
Oh, Hojo's looking for a review of his lab?
Hojo, lab, pretty bad. Would not lab again.
I just noticed how
No.
I never noticed before how in the Twitch chat the large emotes are tastefully overlapping,
Mm.
rather than like causing it to like spread out weirdly.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right. Well,
Gotcha. Heard more whack-a-mole enemies.
good night, Backloggery.
Good night.